I'm not on camera. Give it about 3 minutes. I'll get on camera in a minute. I had to pick up my daughter from daycare. But I'd like to call the May 25th, 2023 Human Relations Commission meeting to order. And at this time, I will ask our secretary, Ms. Carlin Duncan, to please proceed with the roll call. And you can please unmute yourself, or if you can't unmute yourself, you can just raise your hand as well so she can see your reaction on your device. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone.
Hello.
Commissioner Lee.
Present.
Commissioner Thompson.
Present.
Commissioner Evans.
Present.
Commissioner Haynes.
Present.
Commissioner McKinney.
Present.
Commissioner Moran.
Present.
Commissioner Preble has requested an excused absence. Commissioner Price.
Present.
Commissioner Sarton has also requested an excused absence. Commissioner Taylor has requested an excused absence. Commissioner Usher. He said he may be able to join us. He's currently on a flight. Commissioner Wiggins. And I do apologize. It's Commissioner
Zuluaga and present.
Okay, all right. Thank you so much. I hope I'm not out of order, but before we vote on our minutes, is it okay that we can introduce our new commissioners before we do that? Is that all right with you all, Commissioner? Okay.
Sounds great.
All right. I appreciate that. So it can be included with the vote of the minutes as well. All right. So if we can have what our commissioners, everybody has to speak at the same time, but please introduce yourself. We welcome you all to our commission, our commission family, Human Relations Commission. And of our new commissioners, you can just take about a brief second or so to introduce yourself and let us know who you are and why you wanted to join the commission. We'll appreciate that.
Would you like me to call out to go in order?
That's fine. Thank you. I appreciate that.
Commissioner Moran.
Hey everyone, my name is Jerry Moran. I am happy to be on this commission. I am currently, well, I guess for the past 10 years, I've been the president of Pride Winston-Salem. I was also a member of the NDO committee when it started up. That's about it.
All right, thank you. Commissioner McKinney.
Good evening. My name is Jason Schachter McKinney. I am the cantorial soloist and music director at Temple Emmanuel here in Winston-Salem, a Winston-Salem resident. I am a singer, actor, composer, activist, worship leader, and author. And I'm very excited to work as a commissioner to try and help the people of Winston-Salem express their needs and wishes to our local government and see what we can do to make that happen for them.
Wonderful, thank you. Commissioner Evans.
Hello, I'm Travis Evans, and I'm here because I moved from Atlanta about 2 years ago, and I was involved with the government in Atlanta, and I want to keep that going. I brought an aspect of the disabled world to Atlanta, and I want to bring that same aspect here about things that we go through and things we face. That's all.
Okay, thank you so much. And Commissioner Zuluaga.
Thank you. Sorry, it took me a minute to get off of mute. Hey everyone, Erica Zuluaga. And my full-time job, I work as a global benefits consultant for Mercer Marsh Benefits. But as I guess to answer Commissioner Leake's question as far as why I wanted to join, I lost my brother in a motorcycle accident in 2020, and he was an avid volunteer in his hometown in New Jersey. So after losing him, I wanted to kind of make up for his loss and and find something where I can volunteer in my community. So that's actually when I filled out the application back in 2020. When I started looking at ways to volunteer in Winston-Salem and just looking at different opportunities, this one just really spoke to me. As the daughter of two first-generation immigrants, I was lucky enough to be born here, but still know that there's a lot of people in our community that don't have access to benefits. So happy to kind of bring that voice to this committee.
Wonderful. Thank you. Welcome to you all.
And Vice Chair Thompson and Chair Leek, if I may, just of course, on behalf of the staff, I would like to say welcome to each and every one of our new commissioners. I do believe we've met all of you by now, but just want to say welcome. And we, as the staff, really look forward to working with this commission. And so I know we'll get to know you even better once you join some committees of the commission. Yes, I'm putting in a plug for the commission's committees because we do have several. And we really would like to see you all volunteer for either community relations, for multicultural relations, for the New Horizons Fair Housing Committee, or for community relations. I might have said that twice, I don't know. But anyway, we do have those committees for you to volunteer for, and of course, the hearing board. So please think about that and think about your areas of interest. And so that is really where, like I said, the rubber meets the road, and you really work closely with the staff through the committee work, and of course, through our programs out in the community. And so Commissioner, Vice Chair Thompson and Chair Leek, do you want the staff to self-introduce as well and the rest of the commission, or how do you want to do that?
Correct. Yeah, I was going to do that. Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
All right. So let's go ahead and we'll start with the commission first, then we'll have the staff to introduce themselves as well. Good evening. Of course, my name is, I've met some of you all at some of our events thus far. My name is Robert Lee III. I'm a local pastor here in the city in Winston-Salem. I've been on the commission now about 4 years. My full-time job is I work for Power North Carolina, which is part of the North Carolina Conservation Voters Foundation. And our mission is to work with low marginalized communities on environmental issues on a local level. And I've also been a part of community organizing and nonprofit work since I was a pup. I was accompanied by my grandfather as well. So welcome to all of our commissioners. I'm looking forward to working with you as well. And I'll pass it over to my colleague, Vice Chair Thompson.
Good evening, Melissa Thompson. I am working at the Novant Health Foundation, started there about almost a year ago. And I am active in the community also with Leadership Winston-Salem. And I have joined the commission in 2020 after going through Leadership Winston-Salem and identifying this commission as a place that I really wanted to kind of dig in and do some work in our community to help make things better. So it's exciting to be here, and it's exciting to see new people coming to join us as well. Do you want me to pass this off?
That'll be good. If we can popcorn it, that'll be fine.
Okay. Let's see. Commissioner Price.
Thanks. I'm Josh Price. I work for Wells Fargo. I've been in Winston for about 28-ish years. It's close enough. It's close enough. For quite a while. I've been on the commission for, we're gonna say 4-ish years. I don't remember the exact join date. I should, but it's lost in time. I don't think I've got anything else pressing, but we're so excited to have you guys join us. It's very awesome. So Carrie, we'll pass it to you next. Commissioner Wiggins.
Well, thank you, Commissioner Price. It is good to see all the new faces, and welcome aboard. My name is Carrie Wiggins. I have been on the commission probably about 4 years. I work with North Carolina League of Conservation Voters. I am the Boards and Commissions Program Director And so my role with the organization is to empower community advocates to become community leaders by training them to serve on a board or commission at the state or local level. And I will pass it to, does it have to be another commissioner or could it be anyone?
It'll be the commission.
Commissioner Haynes. Commissioner Haynes.
Thank you, Commissioner Wiggins. Hello, everyone. I apologize, I'm not on video. I'm getting over a case of bronchitis and still not 100% yet, but I look forward to meeting you all more formally soon. I am a litigation partner at Womble Bond Dickinson in town. I have been on the commission since 2013, and I chair the hearing board where we work together to hear cases involving discrimination and violations of the city's fair housing and non-discrimination ordinances. I look forward to working with all of you. I will pass it to Are there commissioners left? Am I the last one?
Yep, you're the last one. Yep,
Okay.
thank you, Commissioner Haynes.
I think we went through everyone.
Thank you. All right, this time we'll allow the staff to introduce themselves as well. And we can start with Ms. Dr. Wanda Allen Arbon.
Good evening once again, commissioners and staff. I'm Wanda Allen Abraha, and as Chair Leek has already said, I'm the director of the Human Relations DEI department. And I have been the department's director since 2001. And so I've been here a minute, and I'm really excited about all of the work and the growth that we have seen come out of the commission and this department. It has really been an amazing thing to witness and to be a part of. And so I'm just really enthusiastic to bring you all up to speed in terms of what we're doing now. Several of our veteran commissioners, of course, before we expanded our scope, can remember when our focus was a lot different. But of course, now we have 4 divisions in our department. We have a division that's focused on fair housing and landlord-tenant. We have a division that's focused on language access, a division focused on diversity, equity, and inclusion. And we also have a division that is focused on the non-discrimination ordinances. And you heard a little bit about that a minute ago when Commissioner Moran mentioned that he was on the subcommittee for that. But anyway, so lots to learn, lots to do. We really look forward to working with you once again. So thank you. And I will pass it on to our very capable Assistant Director, Dr. Ronnie Christian.
Thank you, Wanda. And good evening, everyone. I'm Dr. Ronnie Christian. I am the Assistant Director for Human Relations, Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion. I have been in this role for the last 8 months, having a great time here. This is actually my second rodeo, if you will, with the Human Relations Department. Some time back, I worked as a human relations investigator for this department under Wanda's leadership. So loved it so much, had an opportunity to come back. So I'm just glad to be back. Prior to, of course, working with Wanda some time ago, I worked with the city of Winston-Salem as a police officer for 5 years and worked in workforce development also with the city of Winston-Salem. So just excited to be back home, as one would say, and having a great time. So looking forward to working with each and every one of you as well. And with that said, I am going to pass it over to Mrs. Julie Puckett.
Good evening, everyone. It's great to be here this evening. I'm Julie Puckett, the Equity Assurance Administrator with Human Relations DEI. I wanted to give a little shout out to Commissioner Price and Commissioner Thompson. They were at the festival this weekend, the India Festival, and really appreciate seeing you there. And thank you so much.
Who you gonna pass it
Julie? Yeah.
I will pass it to Adolfo.
Thank
Is
you,
it
Julie.
on? Yep, there we go.
Thank you. My name is Adolfo Brasino, and I am a program administrator now, and I am in the, I do landlord-tenant issues, mediations, landlord-tenant issues, fair housing investigations, I'm sorry, and I am supervising the language access coordinators. Thank you.
Adolfo, who do you talk to?
Yes, I'm sorry. Now we'll pass it to, well, Eleanor is right next to me, so here in this screen, so I'll pass it to Eleanor. Thank you.
Hi, excuse me. I'm Eleanor Tebbets. I am a human relations analyst. More specifically, I am the investigator for alleged violations of the non-discrimination ordinances. And I will pass to my counterpart, Sharita.
Hi, good evening, everyone. My name is Sharita Kane, and I am also a human relations analyst. Specifically, I am the Indio outreach analyst, and I will pass it to Carlin. You are next to me on the screen, so I'll pass it to Carlin.
Hi, everyone. My name is Carlin Duncan. I'm the Senior Administrative Assistant as well as the Intake Specialist for our department, and I will pass it to Bob.
Hi, I'm Bob Thompson. I have the privilege of serving as the Language Access Coordinator for BIC, Building Integrated Communities, working with the international community, building bridges to make them feel welcome here in the city. Javier.
Hello, my name is Javier Correa Vega, and I'm the Language Access Coordinator for the Hispanic community. Thank you. And I will pass it to Iris.
Hello, everyone. I am Iris McKnight. I am a human relations analyst. I am a fair housing investigator as well as a landlord and tenant mediator. Nice to meet you all. And I will pass it to Erica. I believe she's the last one.
Good afternoon. Pardon my tardiness to the meeting this evening. I was at another meeting for our State Youth Council. My name is Erica Simon. I am the Human Relations Outreach Analyst. I have been with the department since January. Prior to that, I worked in the school system for 20 years. And I am excited about the work that our department as well as the HRC is doing as well.
Okay, I think that's it. So thank you so much to the staff and to the commissioners as well for introducing yourself to our new commissioners. And we look forward to working with you all as well. All right, at this time, everyone should have been able to receive the summary of minutes from our January meeting. Excuse me. So at this time, I'm going to ask if there's a motion from the commission to approve the minutes from January. Is that correct?
I make a motion to approve the minutes.
Okay, is there a second?
I second.
Okay, so second by Commissioner McKinney. I got to go around the Zoom room, so please acknowledge yay or nay as well. So let me see. Commissioner Wiggins?
Aye.
All right, thank you. Commissioner Price?
Aye.
Commissioner Haynes?
Aye.
Commissioner McKinney?
Aye.
Commissioner Moore? Okay, Commissioner Morin?
Aye.
Commissioner Zulaga?
Aye.
And Vice Chair Thompson?
Aye.
I got everybody? Okay. All right. Any opposed? Any discussion? All right, the ayes carry. All right, thank you so much. All right, as we go down to the next item on the agenda, the chairperson's updates. And the first one is the Historical Resource Commission liaison updates. To our new commissioners, might have been earlier this year, I think, that the Historical Commission of the City of Winston-Salem, they came to one of our meetings to discuss a possibility of a commissioner serving as a liaison from the Human Relations Commission on the Historical Commission, only because most of us have some type of outreach component, whether it's in our occupation or whether it's outside of our occupation. And so the Human Relations Commission, they asked me to serve as a liaison from the Human Relations Commission to the Historical Resource Commission to be able to help provide that outreach model, but also to discuss more of where some of the historical markers could be placed around the city. And so that's their job, is to make, to honor some of our landmarks and our histories, and our history and our community in the city of Winston-Salem, and to preserve those communities and place a historical marker in those selective communities. And so I have had the pleasure to be able to serve with that historical commission. And last Saturday, Boston Thurman was one of the communities that actually received a historical marker for its historical cottage houses. And so, of course, I was not able to attend. I had another engagement, but and we do not meet monthly as well. So we meet we meet once a year, but we also have other events around the city that we're asked to be present for. And so one of the meetings that we did that I was able to attend, we actually voted on historical markers that were going to be placed throughout the city. And so be looking out for those historical markers events, and I'll make sure to share the invitation with you all as well when the time is available to do so. So I have enjoyed working on that historical commission, and just to be able to identify communities that sometimes are undiscovered, that we drive by every day. Didn't even know they had that used to be a name, or didn't know that was a historical community itself. And so it's just exciting to see that there is a commission itself that identifies itself to restore and preserve our history in our community, and not just for African Americans or for our Caucasian community, but for everyone in the city of Winston-Salem. And so we are excited to continue on making a movement within the city to preserve those communities with historical markers. So that's an update. Any questions about that? All right. Thank you so much. And then the next one is our our Human Relations Commission annual retreat. And so that is coming up. That is a retreat that we actually come together every year, once a year, in August. And so I know before we have actually asked other commissions to be a part of our retreat. But I think this year, because we have new commissioners, I think that it would be important for all of us get to know our commissioners in person as well, but also begin to dive into the work so we can make sure that everyone knows their role as a commissioner, but also know their duties as well. But also we can forecast as a commission of where we want to move our commission in this season as well. And so that's going to be coming up in August. And I think that we need to come up with a date. Is that correct? We do? Okay. So we need to come up with a date for August. Particularly the retreat is held at the Salem Arena Center. Okay, I see some heads nodding. Okay, so if everyone can look at their calendar for August, and let's begin to think about a date that we all can come together with the staff, and of course alongside with the other commissioners, so we can kick off our retreat. I do want to let you all know as well that my wife is 7 months pregnant, and so
It seems like every time we have a retreat, my wife is pregnant. But anyways, she's 7 months pregnant, so the baby is due August the 1st. So prayerfully, I will have some time to exit out to be able to be with you all for the retreat, because I'm gonna have 2 kids now, so I will need some support as well around that. But anyway, so but at the same time, we're still going to plan because the baby's not here yet. So let's come up. Let's see, do we have a date that we all could
I guess
agree?
a question, is it
Okay.
like a full day event or a few hours? I guess so I can see on the calendar what's actually needed. And are we
Correct.
looking at a weekday or weekend?
Correct. So typically it's on a weekday, and it's basically all day. Correct, like 10 a.m. to about 4 p.m.
Yeah, it's usually been 5 or 6 hours.
Yeah.
If you'll excuse me, I am not available the latter half of the 2nd week. So, but I could conceivably do the 7th, 8th, and or 9th of that week.
Okay, and I would say this for myself to provide a safeguard for Chair Lee. I probably will not be available that first week and that 2nd week. So maybe the end of the month of August, I could be available the 24th or the 31st, which is a Thursday.
The
I have no
31st is a conflict for me, but I could do the 24th.
24th, okay. How about August 24th for everyone?
No
Good for me.
I might just have to step out for a call at 1, but I could do the 24th.
Okay. All right, the 24th works for me as well. We don't have to vote on this, correct? Oh, we do?
Yes, please.
Okay, all right, for the minutes. Okay, all right. So is there a motion to approve Thursday, August 24th as our Human Relations Commission retreat?
I'll
At what
make a
time?
motion.
10 a.m. It's 10 a.m. correct? Go 10 a.m. 10 a.m. All right. All right. Motion by Commissioner Zuago. Is there a second?
Second, I second it, Travis Evans.
Okay, second by Commissioner Evans. All right. Vice Chair Thompson.
Aye.
Thank you. Commissioner Wiggins.
Aye.
Commissioner McKinney.
Aye.
Commissioner Haynes.
Aye.
Commissioner Price.
Aye.
Commissioner Moore.
Aye.
Commissioner Evans.
Aye.
And Commissioner Zulaga.
Aye.
All right. Are there any opposed? Any discussions? All right, the ayes carry. All right, thank you so much. And of course, we will breakfast and lunch is accommodated as well. It will be provided. All right. I also want to discuss, and I hope some other commissioners, if you all could chime in as well. We had our NCHRC meeting, statewide meeting, and I forgot what month that was. Was it February? Was it March? March. It was March. Okay. So I was able to attend, and other commissioners as well. It was great to see other commissions in the state of North Carolina to talk about human relations and also the work that they're doing in their respective commissions, but also just been able to hear about how the work is moving forward with some other commissions that basically that started in infancy stages, but now they're starting to grow as well. I will say, I think, well, I'm not gonna say that because we're going live, so I won't say that. I won't say that. Okay, so I'm gonna pass somebody else. I'm not gonna say because somebody gonna say that I said something, and they're gonna take it in go a different direction. So I'm gonna pass it to another commissioner to also to provide some insight as well. for those commissioners that were there. I think Vice Chair Thompson, you were there, Commissioner Price. Do you all like to share any thoughts? Commissioner Wiggins?
I thought it was a wonderful event. It was great to get to meet people, and like you said, to hear just the different things that the other commissions are doing and the different approaches that they're taking. A lot of small town commissions were there, which was interesting. Like, I just hadn't thought of that. You know, I thought of like, oh, you're gonna have Charlotte and Raleigh, but you know, a lot of smaller towns that only had one or two, you know, people in their whole staff, and you know, and it was interesting to see how their priorities landed, and I admit that I haven't gone back and looked at any of the notes that I've written down here in the last couple of days, so I don't remember a lot of specifics, but it was a good experience.
I think one of the things that that has stayed with me was the presentation that was provided to us, one by our own Javier Vega and Bob. The information they shared was so very timely, the things that they're doing in the community, as well as the work that they're doing internal. So I really do appreciate making those strides to make sure that we are making Winston-Salem more inclusive. So I do appreciate the work that you guys are doing. Also, I think the presentation that was provided to us by the our guest speaker, I think she was from, was it Chapel Hill? I think that was some really good data that was shared. It really opened my eyes to where we are as a state, the various languages, and as well as the opportunities that are afforded to the individuals that are bilingual. And I think, if you don't mind, is it Erica Zaluga? Did I pronounce it correct? Just the information, it was impactful to her too, just some of the things that came out and some of the things that she experienced growing up here in the United States. And so that was very good information that was shared. So I really do appreciate the way that we are able to partner and have conversations with individuals that's doing research to show us just where our holes are in our community and how important it is that we continue to bridge and understand that we the people have the power to make changes. And that's what this commission is about. It is about making changes, not just for us, but for all of the individuals and the communities that are represented.
Thank you. Anyone else? Okay, all right. And I also want to say kudos to the staff as well. Thank you all so much for your presentations and your promptness. You all did a wonderful job. So thank you so much. And I believe that us commissioners, we were proud to see you all stand in front of the other commissions in the state of North Carolina and present your work. So you all doing wonderful, excellent work, not just for our city, but I believe for the state of North Carolina as well. So thank you so much. All right, this one update. I did skip around. Let me go right back to something as well. I'm reading my notes. Also, in September, our monthly meeting is substituted for the annual high school race relations forum. So believe it or not, we'll be in fall soon. So October is our regular standing meeting. So we do need to vote on that. Is that correct? For our, yeah. Okay, so in September, that's our monthly meeting. It's usually substitute for our annual high school relations forum. So we need to vote on, yes, ma'am.
Chair Leak, I was going to suggest that perhaps you would want to include the calendar just for the remainder of the year, since, you know, believe it or not, we're about halfway through the year. Yeah. And so if you're looking at June through December, I know that there are some times in there when the commission typically and historically has not met because of other programming and the desire to encourage commissioners to go to those programs during the same proximate time as your standing monthly meeting. But in June, you usually meet. July, you do not usually meet because of vacation schedules and things like that. August is the retreat, so that is your meeting. September, as you stated, is the high school race relations forum. October, you usually meet, even though now we're holding International Village in October. Also, November is usually one of those months you may or may not meet. It really depends on the current composition of the commission and what your holiday plans may be, whether you'd have a quorum. And then in December, you don't meet because the open house takes the place of your meeting. That's what you typically do.
Correct, correct. So basically what we need to do is combine all of those substitute meeting dates into one motion, correct? Okay. Carla, did you get all that so we can proceed with a motion?
I did. July we do not meet due to the holidays. August is the retreat. September race relations. December open house. So we have to combine. Those are the months we do not meet.
November is maybe, depends on the commission. It depends on what their holiday plans may be. And also, there was one you missed, I think. July. Is not due to holidays per se. It's just due to summer vacation schedules, because so many people take vacation in July. And usually there's no quorum, so you all usually decide just not to even meet. And also you're following the lead of the city council, because the city council does not meet in July either.
Okay, so how do we need to proceed with this motion? Just we'll need to go by one month, correct? Oh, we do? Oh,
we sure
okay.
do need to do a roll call
okay.
vote.
Okay.
Yes. Sorry. So it would just be not one by one. It would just be someone making a motion to accept all of the, I don't know if y'all want to go month by month or if you just want to say accept all of the meeting substitutions and regular standing meetings as stated. You can say something like that maybe, since we've stated it a couple times now.
I think that'd be better. Okay.
Unless
all
somebody
right,
has a great memory and they want to go for it.
Commissioner, do you all understand that that description of that possibly that motion? All right.
Not entirely. No.
Excuse me?
Not entirely. I'd like a little bit more clarification.
Okay.
Okay.
Shirley, oh, sorry. I didn't know if you wanted me to explain or Thompson.
So generally our meetings are the fourth Thursday of each month from 5:30 till 7:30 till it's finished. So, and months where we have events that are sponsored through the Winston-Salem Human Relations Department or Commission in order to encourage us as commissioners to attend these events, we may choose to forego the meeting so that we can make time on our calendars to join in on these events. So what we usually do is make motions to, so for what we're looking for this year, it sounds like is we will have our normal June meeting. July, we will not have a meeting due to vacation scheduling. August, we have the retreat time set up. September, we would forego the meeting for the special event for that month. October, we would have the regular standing meeting. And then November and December, based on the holidays, we can make that decision later in the year, or do we want to make that now?
November, you all usually decide closer to then whether or not you want to meet in November, depending on whether you'd have a quorum because of the holiday season. Yeah. December, you don't meet because of open house. That's the commission's open house at City Hall. And that takes the place of your December meeting typically.
Okay. Do you understand the description now, Commissioner McKinney? All right, thank you. All right, so let's go ahead and proceed with a motion. Is there a motion?
There is a motion.
But we need to. Oh, okay. What? Wait a minute.
I move that we keep our fourth Thursday standing meeting for the remainder of the year, except for the dates that were substituted for other events like the open house, like our retreat, and so forth.
So Commissioner McKinney, Chair Leak, that would mean that for July and for November, you are stating that you would like for the commission to still meet in July, November.
No,
I would not like to meet in July. I won't be able to meet in July because of the Jewish holiday.
Okay.
So we just need to adjust the motion.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes. I guess the motion, and I'm not taking notes. Wanda, can you help me? Clarify?
Yes,
You did.
I would be happy to,
So
Commissioner
okay.
McKinney. Oh, Chair Leak, you got it?
Go ahead, Ms. Wanda.
Okay, so Commissioner McKinney, could you possibly state that you make a motion to, I like what you said was good in terms of saying that except for the holidays and the designated special programming that you would like to meet. But see, really what you were saying is the only standing meeting during that time frame is going to be in October. Because, well, unless you count August because of the retreat. And so what you could say is that you would like to make a motion to approve the amended HRC meeting calendar for the remainder of the year, specific to June through December.
Correct. And if we could just go through those dates in the motion, that would make it clearer for me.
Okay.
Those dates would be June 22nd, Thursday evening.
Okay.
Those that in July would have to be amended to a different day. We could
No meeting.
no meeting in July. Correct.
Right.
Thank you. So the first meeting, then our next meeting would be, and thank you for your patience, the 22nd of June. We skipped July. Our retreat is on the 24th. In September, our meeting would be on the 28th of September.
In September, that was hosted by High School School Relations Forum. And then October, that is a standing meeting.
That's good. So there wouldn't be one in September, then October 26th. Is that correct?
Yes, because in September, the High School Race Relations Forum is an annual program, and it's usually on the fourth Thursday of September. Normally meet. It's usually that evening.
Okay, very good. And then no in November and no in December because of
November.
December.
November would be up to you all in terms of whether or not you'd have a quorum, whether you would have the majority of the commission available to meet in November, because that's not always the case. And then December is open house.
Yes. In November, and it does fall on Thanksgiving this year, our normal date. We have moved the dates in the past if we could find a date where we'd have a quorum. So that is an option as well.
Whoa, so we could meet perhaps the week before or the week after, the 16th or the 30th?
Yeah.
Or we could just not talk about November and December for now,
Yes.
and settle that in maybe the October meeting.
Yeah.
Okay. So we're just talking about the next three meetings. Correct?
Well, Commissioner Price, December, we have the open house every year. We know that.
Yeah,
I think do it every year.
Yeah. Sorry, yes.
Yeah, so November would be the one that would be the question mark.
I would be fine to try and find the date either before or the week before or after would be fine with me.
For November.
For November?
That is the time I think that Commissioner Price was saying you all could really look at that again when the date draws near. Like, for instance, you could even decide in October, because maybe you'll know your plans. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay, so we're ready now.
Should I try?
Yes, sir, that's fine. Go ahead.
All right. I would like to make a motion to plan for our next 3 meetings, starting in the month of June, on the 4th Thursday, the 22nd of June. And then also the 28th of September and the 26th of October. The 4th Thursday. Is that correct?
Yeah.
I'm new to the commission, so help me out.
No, that's fine. No, I appreciate you trying. May I take it?
Yeah.
Yes, please.
Yeah, that's fine, Commissioner.
Okay, I'd like to make a motion that we have our regular standing meeting in the months of July and October. Foregoing July.
June and October?
I'm sorry?
June and October?
Yeah.
Okay, you said July.
June, October. Yeah.
Well then, okay. Start back. I make a motion that we have our regularly scheduled meetings in June and October. We forego our July meeting, and then we replace our September meeting with a special event, and we have our August meeting for the retreat.
That's fine. Okay. Is there a second?
A second.
Second, Commissioner Price. Commissioner McKinney?
Aye.
All right. Commissioner Wiggins?
Aye.
Commissioner Evans?
Aye.
Commissioner Zulaga?
Aye.
Commissioner Haynes?
Aye.
Commissioner Moore?
Aye.
Okay. All right, the ayes have it. Any opposed, any discussions? All right, thank you so much. Thank you, Commissioner McKinney, for trying as well. Thank you. Yeah. All right, we got to take care of it. And just please remember, commissioners, if you can, there's a reason why we do substitute our meetings for our events. It is required for us to participate at the event. So even if you can't stay for the entire time, please try your best to show your face. Please try your best to show your face. I know sometimes some of the events are during the day, but the events that we have, for example, for the student relations, that's in the evening. And so hopefully we can get enough out for the September high school relations. So please make sure, if you can, to be present for those events that are substituting for our meeting dates for the Human Relations Commission. I appreciate it. All right, any discussion? We move on.
One request I might ask, would it be possible for our staff, someone on our staff, to send out calendar invites for those particular dates that we've discussed, just so that we can get them on our calendars and for the special events, that kind of type of thing, so we can kind of hold that time aside.
I think that'd be good. Can we do that, Dr. Wanda? Okay, yes. Okay. We
Sorry, I couldn't unmute. Yes.
Okay, we can work on that. All right, thank you. And I appreciate that, Vice Chair Thompson, because spring and summer is one of my busiest months at my job. So it's good to have those calendar invites for those reminders. All right, now we're getting ready to go to our next item. And our next item will be our committee reports. Now, I do know, before we go into our committee reports, Dr. Wanda Allen Abraham, she did discuss earlier in regards to her situation, a medical situation, in regards to why we're still virtual. So moving forward, we will be physically meeting. So we'll have to make sure that we are, since there's so many of us now, we got to make sure that we are in a place that can accommodate us as well. We have been meeting in the Bryce Stewart building, but again, I think given that if all the commissioners are present, we won't be able, well, the platform itself will not be able to hold all of us commissioners in those seats. So we'll have to come up with another alternative location. And it also needs to be in the community, just in case of community members want to show up and just hear about the work of the commission as well. So, but I know I have for some of you all a discussion, and I've been talking, speaking with me as well in regards to, Chair Lee, when are we going to meet back in person? And so, well, we were only doing it because of COVID, but I do know that it's important for us also to build that relational ship as well. So we will be making sure that we can see what possible alternative location would be for us to gather once again. So, but thank you all for all of their veteran commissioners for the past 2 years we have been on this screen. So on this screen. So and trust me, I know it has not been fun. It's been fun. But I will say this, as your chair, I am very OCD. I have OCD. So I will I was one of the persons that told Dr. Wanda Allen Abraham, so don't blame her. I was the person that said, and I told Commissioner Wiggins as well, I don't know about meeting in person because I don't want to get COVID. I was one of the persons that said that. So don't blame nobody else and blame Chair Lee. So, but life has went on, and so now we're able to come back together. So I would say thank you all for supporting your Chair Lee. All right, so now we're going to move forward with our committee reports. And the first report is community relations, and Commissioner Sargent is not present. So Secretary Duncan, you're going to read a report.
It's a quick question before we go into the committees. I guess as a new commissioner, is there somewhere that explains what each of the committees does and what the purpose is, what the goal is? Because as Dr. Wanda Allen mentioned earlier, that they want us to participate in the committees, that as we hear these updates and kind of what is encompassed, we can kind of help make a decision, as well as maybe what committees or subcommittees are needing members, because I'm sure there's some that are more understaffed than others.
Okay, so we can do that. Thank you, Commissioner Zulaga. Dr. Wanda Allen, do you want to just give a description of the committees? And then also, I think you had a comment before as well.
Oh, yes. Well, what I was going to say is, again, yes, pertaining to the virtual meetings, thank you, Chair League, for addressing that. And just wanted to mention, I think that you and I, when we discussed this not long ago, we referenced the fact that I think it was several months ago that there was discussion about resuming your in-person meetings for the new fiscal year. And of course, that starts July 1, so that's not too far away. But of course, you all aren't meeting in July, so it'll be August. And of course, the retreat will be in person over at Salem Lake. And so I just wanted to say thank you for that. Secondly, in terms of the committees, usually the new commissioners will receive a binder, and Carlin has those binders. And so we ask that you stop by City Hall to pick up your new commissioner's binder. And you also need to get an ID badge. If you have not already done so, you need to get with Carlin, and she can set you up to receive your ID badge. And Carlin, we may need to check to see if even our veteran commissioners need new ID badges. I don't know if they do or not, because now commissioners, if you haven't been in City Hall since pre-COVID, you cannot get into our suite without an ID badge. So even once you get in the building, and even once you go through the metal detector and all of that, you have to still have a badge to scan in to even walk into the suites. And so at this point, we just need to see what that means for you. All of you may need new ID badges. That's what I'm trying to say. But definitely our new commissioners, we need for you to have those. They will allow you access, used to allow you access into the building. I'm assuming they still will, but you'll still have to go through the metal detector, and then maybe it'll let you into the suites. I'm not positive about that. So I highly recommend that as soon as possible, you get with Carlin for that and to pick up your binders. In your binders, you will see pamphlets about each of the committees of the Human Relations Commission. So we already have that prepared information for you. There are several committees, and I would love it if you all could just kind of take your time and peruse those pamphlets so you can kind of get a feel for what they do. They describe the programs that they coordinate and handle on behalf of the commission. And so again, you know, we know that those committees consist of community relations and multicultural, New Horizons, and student relations. And we also have the hearing board, which requires special training to serve on. And I do believe the hearing board is full right now, but Commissioner Sunny Haynes chairs that. But anyway, she can talk about that more if there's anything I missed. So Commissioner Zuluaga, we can definitely make sure that you receive that information, but you just need to maybe swing by. And it also includes the Human Relations Commission's bylaws. You all have a set of bylaws that you created for yourselves that pretty much outline the protocols and etiquette for commissioners, talking about the number of absences that are unexcused, how to request an excused absence. If you've missed so many meetings, you know, encouraging you to consider whether or not you should give your seat up so that someone else can serve who has more time, all of that. So it addresses a lot of things that commissions over the years have decided they thought was important enough to put in writing to help guide future commissions. And so that will be in your binder as well. We have our departmental booklet, all kinds of information about the divisions in the department, programming information, and so forth. So please do just get with Carlin Duncan, who is the commission's secretary. She serves as your secretary, and she's my administrative assistant, and she can help you out with that.
Thank you.
You're more than welcome.
I guess the last question I had was if there was any specific committee that's in more need of volunteers than others.
I think the committee chairs could probably address that because they know who is on their committees and how many people they have. If I had to take a guess, my guess would be that community relations is probably the largest. If I'm not mistaken, they are. And of course, they do things like the trust talks. That's just one example of the kind of programming that they work on. And so they may be the largest. And student relations, Commissioner Wiggins, I don't think it's that big either. And of course, student relations handles the student awards banquet. They work with the youth council, which is your sister advisory board that we also administer as a department. So I'm just taking a wild guess, thinking of those two. Multicultural, Commissioner Preble's not here today, but Bob, you work with the International Village Planning Committee, and I think Commissioner Preble is probably the only person involved in that from the HRC, right? She chairs it.
We have co-chair Thompson, who's also on that committee with us.
Oh, okay, great. I didn't realize that, Commissioner Thompson. That's awesome. So just to give you a rough idea, I know that's not the best answer in the world, but the subcommittee chairs could definitely tell you more.
It looks like multicultural as well needs some support.
Okay.
Yes, that's the one that I was referring to, Chair Lee, because they are multicultural. That's the name of the committee, but they also have the International Village Planning Committee. It's like a little subcommittee for multicultural, and they've been meeting and they're planning International Village right now.
Yeah. Okay. I do have a question before we go to our committee reports. Dr. Awanda, will they have to go through the ethics training, the new commissioners?
Yes.
Yeah, if I thought.
Yes, Chair Lee. Thank you. Oh my goodness. Yes, anyone who has not gone through the ethics training from the city attorney's office, you are required to do so if you're serving on any city advisory board. And so they have, and the newer commissioners, you all probably did the training by video, right? You clicked a link or something. Did anybody do it that way?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, Commissioner Moran, Commissioner Price, you did.
Yes.
Vice Chair Thompson, you did too? Okay, so that's all you have to do then, commissioners, if you have not gone through the ethics training. And so we can get that information to you, right, Carlin? Just remind me, if you don't have it, I should have it from the city attorney's office, and we can just forward it to the commissioners who need it.
Yes, it's noted.
Thank you, Chair Lee.
All right, any other questions before we go into our committee reports?
I have.
All right, go ahead.
I'm sorry. I'm going to have to step away in about 5 minutes. Do we need to vote on absences?
Oh, yeah, that's right. It was Commissioner Usher and Commissioner Sorensen, correct? But there is, it is.
Preble.
Preble, that's right.
And Taylor.
Oh, and Taylor, okay. Okay, is there a motion to approve the excuse absence?
I'll make that motion.
All right, motion by Vice Chair Thompson, is there a second?
I'll second the motion. Yeah.
Second by Commissioner Price. Commissioner Zulaga?
Aye.
Thank you, Commissioner Wiggins.
Aye.
Commissioner Evans?
Aye.
Commissioner Moore?
Aye.
Commissioner McKinney?
Aye.
Commissioner Thompson?
Aye.
And Chair Leak is aye as well. The ayes have it. Any opposed? Any discussions?
Commissioner Haynes is also.
Oh, excuse me, Commissioner Haynes.
No problem. Also an aye.
Okay, all right, the ayes carry it. Is there any opposed in discussions? All right, thank you so much. All right, any questions before we move forward to the committee report?
I would like to state that I need to leave. My time is up for this meeting. I need to attend to my congregation and get ready for the services for the next 20 minutes. But I look forward to the minutes of this meeting. Thank you all to the Chairman Leak, our Vice Chair, and our commissioners, and for all of the staff of the HRC DEI of Winston-Salem. Thank you very much. All have a blessed day.
Thank you. Thank you so much. All right. All right, let's go ahead and move forward with our committee reports with Commissioner, Committee Relations, and Carla, you're going to read that report.
I would defer to Erica. It's gonna.
Okay, I'm sorry.
You're fine.
Good afternoon. Or good evening, rather. Community Relations Report, Trust Talks. Trust Talks with Sheriff Bobby Kimbrough and Police Chief William Penn were held on February 21st, 2023. This event was co-sponsored by Leadership Winston-Salem, and the format was different in that questions were being answered by Sheriff Kimbrough and Chief Penn. There were no breakout sessions. HRC members served as moderators. Youth Trust Talks were held on April 27th in conjunction with the Youth Advisory Council and National Youth Violence Prevention Week. HRC and YAC members were small group facilitators. Pride Winston-Salem, this event has two components, both being held on June 24th. The parade will start at 11 a.m. on 4th Street, and the food truck rodeo will be on Trade Street from 10 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. The Human Relations, Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion Department is a sponsor and will have a table.
All right, thank you so much. Any questions for that report? All right. In regards to the next item is Executive Commissioner report. I have already given my report. I don't think I have anything else to really share. So we're going to move down to the hearing board. Commissioner Haynes.
I do not have an update, but for the new commissioners, I'll say a little bit more about what we do. As you know, the department investigates fair housing claims as well as any alleged violations of the city's non-discrimination ordinances, and the Human Relations Department staff will investigate the claims and make an initial determination. And if the complainant decides to appeal that determination, then it will go to the hearing board and we will consider the facts of the case. We have actually received evidence before, have had an evidentiary hearing to give you an idea of the types of claims. We have done evidentiary hearings related to claims that the complainant was discriminated against based on national origin or disability in housing. We also recently made determinations in a case where there was an alleged violation of the city's more recent non-discrimination ordinance. So that is what our hearing board does. I think we're currently at 6 members. I do not know off the top of my head if we have a cap, but that's a little bit about who we are and what we do on the hearing board.
Thank you. Any questions? All right, our multicultural relations. Ms. Erica, you gonna fill in for Commissioner Preble?
I am. Multicultural relations, India Fest. India Fest was held Saturday, May 20th at Corporating Plaza. The Human Relations, Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion Department was a sponsor and did have a table. Excuse me. The Juneteenth celebration will be held on June 17, 2023 at Innovation Quarter from 1:00 p.m. to 7:00 p.m. The Human Relations, Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion Department is a sponsor. We will have a table inside Biotech Place from 1 to 5 p.m. There will be music, food, crafts, craft vendors, educational sessions, and much more throughout the day. International Village Food and Music Cultural Festival. The planning has begun for the 2023 International Village Festival, which will take place at Corporating Plaza on Saturday, October 21st. More information will come at a later date. Building integrated communities. There have been 2 big pipeline sessions in 2023, held on January 18th and April 19th, both on the West Campus of Forsyth Technical Community College. The next one is scheduled for July 19th.
All right, thank you so much. Any questions in regards to that report? All right, the Fair Housing, excuse me, the New Horizons Fair Housing Committee. So we kicked off our 2023 Fair Affordable Housing Summit, and about 100 housing professionals and stakeholders were in attendance, and it was held at the Benton Convention Center. And our next Fair Affordable Housing Summit is tentatively scheduled for April 25th, 2024. And I do want to say this real quick as well, because sometimes there's a little confusing, sometimes there is a little confusion within our community with regards to this committee. This committee is just comprised of stakeholders and professionals and nonprofits, as well community leaders, but also myself as Chair Leak, is that we do focus on basically bringing the stakeholders and bank professionals in banking together under one roof to talk about the housing industry as an entire whole for the month of April. There has been some confusion within the community. They're thinking that this committee is to talk about and discuss affordable housing and talk about some of the uninhabitable properties that are in our city of Winston-Salem. That's not what this committee actually does. And so this committee is comprised of, again, stakeholders and bankers in the city, as well from the Human Relations Commission, to bring forth the Fair Affordable Housing Summit. The reason why I lift that up tonight, because there have been some questions that committee members have asked me, and they wanted me to actually take the questions back to the committee, and that's not what this committee was set up for. And so, but we do have a housing board for the city as well. But these are two different. Well, we are a committee, and they are a board itself. So that's two different things. So I just want to lift that up, because afterwards, a lot of community members spoke to me that could not attend, and they thought that basically we were just gathering and talking about housing issues, and they were trying to give me feedback, in which of course I did listen, but they did give me feedback in regards to take back to the committee. So I just want to lift that part up for our constituents who are listening tonight and viewing as well, is that that's not what this committee is comprised of. Our job is to bring those stakeholders and professionals under one roof, but also to discuss the issues that are at hand in regards to fair housing. So, any questions? I hope I explained that clearly. Okay. All right. So our next committee report is Student Human Relations, and that's Commissioner Wiggins.
Thank you, Chair League. The Student Relations held its 43rd annual Student Relations Banquet. This banquet this past year was held virtual. We held it on February 23rd, had over 75 students from around the city that was recognized. Planning for our 2024 awards banquet is, we have a tentative date of February 28th. And the 2023 Student Race Relation Forum will start in the coming weeks. That concludes my report.
All right, thank you so much. All right, any questions in regards to our committee reports, comments? Okay, all right. Now we move down to our next item, which is director staff updates, and we begin with Ms. Dr. Wanda Allen Abraham.
Thank you, Chair League. And I will go ahead and defer to our staff, who will be providing division reports from our respective divisions in the department. And so I do believe we have first up fair housing and landlord tenant.
Commissioners, you have the numbers for our department. For the month of April, we have an accumulated. I'm very sorry. We have an accumulated.
Okay.
We have an accumulated number of 414 cases that we have received total inquiries. This number is going to be a little bit under what we are used to. I don't think we're going to go above with these numbers above 600. And if we go under 600, that's going to be a little bit of slow year for us. We have already 8 fair housing complaints filed, even though and we have 3 ongoing cases, and we should be okay with that. It's also a little bit of a low number for us, but that is on the low end range of our numbers. And that is the report I have. Thank you.
All right, any questions for Adolfo? All right. All right, so our next item is the diversity, equity, and inclusion updates.
Hi, good evening. I'm Julie Puckett, Equity Assurance Administrator. I continue to work on our DEI and cultural competency trainings. We had the national origin training this week and had some great conversation with our city employees. I'm also working with our equity core team on the citywide equity plan and getting their feedback. We have a matrix that is helping them to review the citywide plan. And we are, of course, noting down their suggestions and comments regarding that. We're also having them look at 3 possible vision statements as well. We're hoping that within our next equity core team meeting, we'll be able to wrap that up with them. I'm also for our equity core team members to assist them in having conversations with their colleagues to share DEI information, and also with their department heads, working on some conversational talking points. We had a meeting today with the department heads, And we are assisting the city manager's office with the project whereby the department heads will be reviewing all public facing documents for equitable, inclusive, and accessible language. I created a checklist to assist them in that has additional links and visual examples as well. And when Bob and Javier shared their reports, they may wish to say a little bit more as they also attended that meeting to address the language access aspects of that. We continue to meet with our department heads on their equity plans. That's moving forward really well. Both CityLink and utilities finalized their plans. So that means that they are moving forward with implementation of their strategies and their actions. We'll meet with them now on a quarterly basis. We are also bringing on the police department. We will begin work with them very shortly, and we have one other department that will be announced soon that we'll also be bringing on. So that's it for my report. Are there any questions that I can answer for anyone?
Thank you, Julie. And I would like to add, commissioners, that we did hear from the National League of Cities about a best practice that included getting an entity such as the Human Relations Commission together to review our citywide equity plan. And so we are in the process of having the equity core team to do that. And we would also like for the Human Relations Commission to do so, particularly since the commission has been so instrumental in supporting our DEI efforts and the work that we've done over the past few years. And so, and actually advocating for us to have this as an official part of what we do, which we now have. And so we would like to share that citywide equity plan with the HRC, and also the equity core team, the group of city employees that Julie referenced. They are in the process of reviewing 3 different options for a DEI vision statement. So the city is wanting to consider and have a possible vision statement that's focused on the importance of DEI. And so we would like to also share those 3 options with you just to get your feedback. So you would have feedback as representatives of the community that we're serving from City Hall, in addition to the internal people who work in City Hall, the city employees. So by having the external and internal input, the idea is that that is definitely a best practice that the National League of Cities highly recommends. And so could you please be on the lookout for that? And we really, really, really need you all to check your emails. That is the primary way we will be communicating with you. And we really need for you to reply to your emails. Please reply to your emails. That is the #1 way that we communicate with our advisory boards. And so when you get something, even if it's just to say, got it, or if Carlin's trying to do a head count, just let us know what that is, because quite honestly, it's hard for her to call people to try to get you to answer. We really rely on those emails because we want you to be included in everything that we're doing. And especially with this, because we need your input. We need it for that external feedback that we referenced. So we'll be sending that to you within the next day or so. So I just wanted to add that part too, Julie.
That sounds great.
Thank you, Wanda, for adding that.
You're more than welcome. Was there someone saying something? Okay, maybe not. All right then. So Chair Lee, I think that we were finished with the DEI report now.
Okay, thank you. All right, the non-discrimination audits, public accommodations and employment updates.
Good evening, everyone. Our department, we have been following up with the recommendations from the most recent ad hoc subcommittee, which was examining the needs of the LGBTQIA+ community. And so some of the recommendations we have been able to get approved, and we're pretty ecstatic about, because they've been recently approved and we're currently working on them, and they should be coming forth soon, but specifically, this is pretty new. We just got this confirmation today. We have been approved to have a pride flag that will be installed during the month of June. It will be installed on the, I believe, on the side of City Hall. It will be installed May 31st, but it will be sitting out there for the entire month of June. Most recently, we were able to meet with the mayor and the rest of City Council, where City Council approved for us to be able to paint a mural of the Progress flag that would be on track. That will be on June 16th. And so we're pretty ecstatic about that because that also coincides with Art Crush. And so that's going to coincide around the same exact time. We have been approved to block off the street just for a good period of time that would allow us, or allow the city to clean the street, for it to dry, as well as to carve out the painting, and then of course for all of the volunteers to assist us with painting around 6 o'clock. That's kind of an estimated time, but that's kind of what we're thinking the time might be around. Also, we have been working pretty diligently regarding a NDO supporter program for businesses and organizations. Specifically, we have developed a decal for organizations or businesses that complete the training, the NDO training, that they're willing to put this decal up in their windows or their businesses to say they are supportive of our NDO ordinances, and that they believe that everyone should be treated fairly, no matter who you are. And we continue to do trainings monthly. We continue to participate in outreach programs. And also in regards to ad hoc committees, Commissioner Wiggins and I, I'm pretty excited about this. We're going to be meeting next month to start speaking about the next ad hoc committee, which will focus on race. Specifically, we're going to be looking at 3 to 4 of the largest racial groups in Winston-Salem and identifying key issues and challenges that those respective racial groups are experiencing. All right, Ms. Eleanor.
Hi, since we last met, I have closed 2 cases, well, the last of which I just closed today. One was a cause case and one was a no cause case. And we also received 2 complaints that we were not able to move forward with because one of them was outside our jurisdiction and one of them was beyond the statute of limitations. That's pretty much the case news. We are also working on developing software for the case tracking, and it will also be used to track landlord-tenant cases, and they are estimating that that will be finished in 3 to 5 months. And we are looking into possibly in the future partnering with the EEOC, that's the Equal Employment Opportunity Commission, for employment cases, and our legal department is currently looking into that.
All right, any questions? All right, seeing that there are none, language access updates.
We're excited about the opportunities we've been having to reach out into the international community, different outreach opportunities, presenting the work that the city does through our department, and being able to encourage them. Specifically, we would like to, first of all, note that we have been awarded from the National League of Cities the Cultural Diversity Award, 2nd place at their meeting earlier this year. And so we're thankful for that recognition, that our BIC program is making a difference in our community. And we're also thankful for BIC and the work that we're able to do with UNC Chapel Hill and the Blue Cross Blue Shield Foundation. We'll be doing a on-site visit with the foundation next week, Wednesday, and presenting with them the work that's been done with BIC and be able to answer their questions. But I'm pleased to say that we've been able to expand our outreach with the community, beginning to have contacts now with the Arabic community, with the Karenni community and making contacts through World Relief to some of the other people groups that we have that we want to reach out to. So I'm thankful for what's happening there. And then one other thing we're working with right now is a grant application with the federal government for funding for some of the activities that we're doing in the Language Access Division. Javier?
Hello, Javier Correa here. I'm the Language Access Coordinator for the Latinos. I have been working a lot with translating, doing a lot of translations and interpretations for different offices around the city. We have been involved in a lot of outreach to the Hispanic community, working in coordination with Bob. We're just trying to target every community around. And most of my load has been, like I said, just translation and interpretations. On June 5th, I was selected to present in front of the governor's office to reference language access. So I'm gonna be presenting the municipality group at the governor's office, talk about language access for the Latino community, and including the language, the LEP emergency plan that is probably gonna be conclude and wrapping up pretty soon. That basically pretty much what we have right now. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Steph, for those updates. Commissioner Wiggins, you have a comment?
Yes, I did.
Yes,
I wanted to comment on Javier report. So Javier, you say on June 5th that you will be presenting to the governor?
That's correct. I will present this. It's a Zoom presentation, and it's going to be part of the municipality group and the governor's office in reference language access and our emergency plan.
Well, I know it has been, the work that you guys have put into the emergency plan, and coming up to see how it came to. Let me see what I want to say about this. The emergency plan, I think you guys have done some great work on that. I know there's been some time since some attention had been given to it and have been updated. So I really do appreciate the work that you and Bob have done to bring that document up to date. It is vital for our community. We pray that we don't have another disaster, but if we do, we know that we have some updating current information where all of our citizens will be informed and updated in a timely fashion. So thank you for that. And congratulations, Javier, on presenting that report.
Thank you. And also I want to add that the emergency plan was in use during the last Forsyth Tech incident. That was a shooting there. Was in use, and between Bob and myself, we have about 100 different languages. Actually, Mr. Bob Thompson did the sign language translation for the whole entire newscast around the Piedmont Triad. That was something new, something wonderful. The police support us, everybody support us. So we are working. I think it was really, really well presented, well appreciated by them.
Well, Bob, I think you are a great addition to this department. So kudos to you, sir, again, and continue the good work.
Thank you all. Any other comments, discussions? All right. New business community presentations. I don't think we have any. All right. Well, we are at the end of our meeting. Our next meeting will be held next month. That's correct. And we will be in person. So we will not be in person.
From what you had mentioned before, it was going to start in a new fiscal year, and June is still this fiscal year.
Oh, that's right. Oh, that's right. Okay. Yep. Okay. Ahead of myself. Okay. All right. Well, we will see each other in person in August at the retreat. That's correct. Right. Okay. All right. Okay, all right. Well, thank you all tonight, to the staff, to the commission for your hard work. And at this time, I entertain, okay, I'm sorry, Commissioner Moore, you want to make a comment, the announcement?
No, I just wanted to shoot that out there to everyone. I got an invite today from Reynolds. They're doing a Light the Building in celebration of Pride Month on the 1st of June at 8 p.m.
Oh, cool.
So they wanted me to share that with everyone.
Okay.
Thank you. All right. Is there a motion to adjourn?
Motion to adjourn.
Motion by Commissioner Price, or a second? Second by Commissioner, go ahead.
A second.
Second by Commissioner Wiggins. Commissioner Moore?
Aye.
Commissioner Price?
Aye.
Commissioner Haynes?
Aye.
Commissioner Zulaga?
Aye.
Commissioner Wiggins?
Aye.
Commissioner Evans?
Aye.
And Chair Leak is aye as well. All right, the ayes have it. Any opposed or discussions? All right, everybody have a wonderful weekend. Memorial Day weekend. So it's a 4-day weekend for us. Thank you all.
Thanks, Chair Leak. Bye.